Let me show y'all why I came over here. So I wanted this kind of lighting. Pero like there isn't anything to hold the phone up there. And so I'm over here. I should close my mom's closet, Ooh, we ain't closing anything because it ain't closing. But anywho, I'm not sure if I'm speaking loud enough, but hello, I am back. Haven't been recording videos because I've been lazy. I've been watching American Horror Story. I've watched 4 seasons. I've already watched one of them previously, like of the 7 that there are. I've already watched Freak Show was the first one I watched, and then anyways. Now I don't want to talk, but I might as well finish this. So, to continue on with the chapters that I have been talking about, I'm going to talk about high school, and I'm going to talk about my junior year in particular. So, if I am going to go based off of the timeline that I have created, not even the timeline, but I previously talked about coming out to my dad. So then let me start there. So that was around November. And then New Year's was when the crazy stuff happened. And then January, February, my birthday passes in January. It was whatever. How old did I turn? 17. And then it was my sister's birthday in February, mom's birthday later on. And then like I want to say in around March, my sister got kind of sickish, and then they took her to the hospital, and then they said, oh, okay, she's okay for now. And then like the for now part was the thing that like really got to like my parents and everything, especially my mom. So the thing that like just really stuck with her was the fact that they were like, yeah, like they told my mom homegirl is at an age now. So this was 3 years ago. How old was homegirl? Homegirl was like 19. She turned 19. So then they told my mom like, yeah, homegirl's at a certain age to the point where like her body obviously wasn't fully developed like it should be, and they were like her internal organs were able to somewhat grow, but her body wasn't. So her heart is basically like at her like rib and everything like that. So every time it pumps, it's like boom, boom, boom. And they told my mom that like there's like different possibilities of how my sister could pass away, especially right now, and to expect that like within her early 20s for her to like pass away. So I was there for that appointment, but my mom, like, I had to, like, help translate somewhat, I guess. So that's how I was, like, I was aware of these kinds of things. So then for me, it just, like, really hit me, like, oh my gosh. And I guess I was already in, like, in a very, like, sad point because of what happened with my dad and everything like that. And I was, like, very, lowered in terms of my self-esteem. So, my dumbass has always like, I think I discussed this where like I'm really the middle child, and I was like left doing blah blah blah, all this other stuff, pity party shit like that. And so I learned to like be very like independent. I learned to be very within my own capacities, like never really tell anyone what I've been going through. And so at this point I and being like, I got attacked by my dad, not really like talking with people. I didn't really have close friends. Like I had met Sam and Hosey already, but it's not like I was like, I felt like comfortable enough sharing like certain details about my life to them. So for me, I was just very internalized in terms of my things, and I guess like it finally caught up to me to the extent that like I'd stay up late at night just doing random bullshit. I wouldn't really do work, or if I did, it would be very like half-assed and everything like that. Like in class, I wouldn't really pay attention either, and that would be seen like when I did my chemistry class. Like I would be sitting off to the side, and instead of like actually doing my work, I'd be over here like I legit would just be watching Naruto on like my phone, or I'd watch Untucked. I'd watch Drag Race and shit like that. So I was just like, I just brought myself down and everything like that. And I don't want to call it depression because I feel like depression is something very like, it resonates with a lot of people and it's very like big and everything like that. But for me, I just felt like it was just like a low point in myself, and I was just very down and stuff like that. And I never really like told anyone about these things. Well, I have now, but like back then I never really like told or opened up to anyone about that. Oh, and then my dogs passed away, and like my dogs were like really like my best friends because I didn't really have friends. They were like, I would like sit outside. Let me show y'all. Like I would sit, I can't turn the camera, but I'd go outside too, but I'm too lazy. But outside right here is where I'd hang out with my dogs. I legit just sit on the floor and start talking to them about random shit. I just talk shit about myself, about people. I just, I sound, I sound, it sounds stupid, but that's basically what I would do. Like my dogs are like my best friends. And then like my dogs passed away, stuff happened with my dad, my things happened with my sister and stuff like that, and it just like really hit me and stuff like that. And then my parents were like, yeah, we're gonna take a trip to Mexico, and this trip, and we're gonna actually take your sister because usually we can't take my sister because she can't do, that's why we barely do any trips. That's why we barely do anything like really go out. That's why my parents feel uncomfortable sometimes going out, or they leave me to take care of her with the nurse and stuff like that, because of the fact that my sister can't be in the wheelchair for too long. She needs a lot of accommodations in terms of like the beddings that we have and stuff like that, her machines, her breathing tubes. So it's just like a lot of stuff that goes into like really going with like my sister and stuff like that. So for me, it was very much like, yo, they're really preparing. They're trying to like make this like last for like, they're really like, it's really hit them too. So we go on this trip and everything, but then we come back, and this was like our spring break in high school when we went and stuff like that. We come back, and I'm just like very down. Like you could see it in my grades and stuff like that. Like that shit was horrible. But I like, this video is basically me trying to state like, um, I guess to certain people, like, I don't know, like, open up, like, shit. Like, it's not good to close things off sometimes. Like, I know sometimes you want to be in your own little world and stuff like that, but, like, when shit really gets you, it really gets you. And I feel like you should have the capability of reaching out to someone, because I feel like to a certain extent, people feel like people aren't there for them because you already built that kind of mentality for those individuals. So in that sense, what I'm trying to say is like, rather than actually being like, okay, that person will be there for me, or that person will at least listen, we build this mentality that no one's there, no one's gonna listen. What's the point? For me, it was more of like, I can handle it on my own. I can handle my own shit. I've been able to handle my shit up to this point, but it really like got to me. Like I was like, it wasn't cute. Like I probably looked like this at that point. I probably looked this. But yeah, it's really not that cute. I just felt at that moment like I finally decided to open up to my mom, and like the thing that worried my mom was like, were you gonna try and commit like suicide or anything? Did I have any thoughts about hurting myself? And I told homegirl, one thing that's different with me, well, not different, I wouldn't say. Well, I'm talking about like in terms of like um my, I don't know how to explain this now, but in terms of like what's different with my reaction towards um no, I'm not gonna say different. The explanation as to why I couldn't bring myself to harm myself or do those kinds of things is because like I see homegirl over here next door all up in her bed. Like homegirl smiles through some deep ass shit. Like homegirl is in her bed like just there, but she finds a way to fucking smile. And so I just find that very beautiful. Like that's a fucking angel that we have here in the fucking house. And so for me, it's all like, if homegirl has the capability to just even smile, like for me, that's like the best thing that I could ever like live up to, is the fact that she's able to smile. I keep on saying the smile thing, but yeah, it's all like, what's the point of me doing that? Of removing myself from a space where she never has the opportunities to actually do the things that I do. Like I know I take a lot of things for granted, but I feel like at times I'm able to reflect at certain things and be like, wow, I really have done stuff that I would think that she'd be proud of, you know? Like things that she couldn't do, I've been able to do. And so I'm very happy about that. So that's why I could never bring myself to like harm myself or like do those things. So like for me, that's in terms of my own internalization, and I just want people to really be like, hope to find the best out of the situations that they're in. I personally don't like the saying like things will get better, because sometimes they don't get better. Sometimes you just have to keep on going down and down and down to finally go up. And but the thing is, to I feel like you should try to find the positive in what you're going through. Like you're living, you're breathing, you're eating, you're pursuing things that other people might not be able to do. You're pursuing things that maybe like at a younger age you never thought that you'd be able to do. Like that's some crazy ass shit that I also consider. Like I would like look back at how young I was and be like, ugh, like I would have never thought I'd be in the spot that I am in right now in terms of like the privileges that I've had, the knowledge that I have and shit like that. So I don't know. Basically, the moral of this story is like really take into account what you're going through. But I feel like everyone has the capacity to push through. Not everyone does at times, but if you don't feel like you're at the fullest capacity, like I feel like you should be able to like step back, kind of be humble and be okay to like ask someone like, yo, like I'm going through some shit. And I know it's easier said than done, because we've all sometimes have gone through shit where it's all like we don't trust someone, we've been abandoned before, we don't know who to trust and stuff like that. Sometimes it's easier to just talk to someone you don't know, because it's all like they have no preposition to judge you or anything like that. Maybe just call them too. Maybe just call a random person. Like I know they have like those random like numbers as well, um for different things. Like I don't want to go to the fullest extent of like suicide hotlines, but I want to say like if you're just going through a hardship, I'm pretty sure you could just randomly call someone. Cause have you ever seen like on Google or like memes where they like have like you can randomly call someone from Sweden or something like that? Like I'm pretty sure you could like fucking like call someone up and then they're gonna be expected to hear all about America, and then you're over here gonna be talking about the drama that you're going through. But still, like I feel like why not just talk to someone, reach out to someone? Easier said than done though. Easier said than done. And I don't know everyone's situation as well. That's a difficulty too when you try to like provide support for someone, because it's like, yeah, you can hear the situation, yeah, you can listen to the situation, yeah, you can try to put yourself in someone's shoes, but you can't put yourself in their mentality and their thinking capacities or their mental capacities, their emotional capacities. So you don't know how far they're able to take things on by themselves. So that's why I say like reach out, and then also be able to like feel like confident enough to find that support from someone. Yeah, but yeah, this video is pretty short. It's basically like me just talking about this. Like I don't know, I felt like talking and I felt like discussing this idea of like a hardship I went through, and I feel like I didn't go really in depth with it, stuff like that. But I don't know, I think it's only because I've coped with it in a sense, or maybe I'm still not ready to like maybe that's just my own shit. Well, now I'm overthinking shit and stuff like that. That's something else too. Overthinking is a bitch. Like I honestly overthink. Like I will think every small thing will be like, ugh. But anyways, I also want to address this one thing. So I saw this one tweet that said YouTube video, the YouTube people are over here like when they I wouldn't say I'm a YouTube person, but they said people who make YouTube videos are doing it for themselves because they need someone to talk to or they want that attention or something like that. For me, I'm doing this because I don't know, I just feel like I'm telling a story of myself so that other people can listen and either resonate with what I'm saying. They can find some kind of like, wow, like someone else has gone through something similar or some shit like that, and they can be like, oh wow, like such and such individual went through such thing, and maybe if they were able to do such thing, I can do the same thing, like, or maybe I can do it better, not do it better, but you know, like I can prosper even more than they were able to. Maybe I can push through like the way that they were able to. So it's kind of like that. And if not, it's just like kind of like a relatability thing in terms of like, oh my gosh, I don't have anyone I can relate to. I don't know anyone who understands, but like I kind of want to like just tell my stories and hopefully someone can like resonate with it, agree or disagree with what I'm saying. Like I don't know, it's just I don't know. I just want people not to feel like they are alone or no one can understand. It's I kind of feel like that contradicts with what I'm saying about like you can put yourself in the shoes but not understand. Kind of just like really look into someone else's story and stuff like that, because sometimes we don't even know what someone else is going through. And so I don't know, it's just a bunch of shit. But yeah, basically I'm just here to be stupid, be serious. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do funnier videos, fun videos. I don't know. This YouTube thing isn't really my thing now that I realize it, because I've been lazing, I've been lacking, and I don't have all that technology. I don't want to buy the technology. That sounds expensive. That sounds like too much work. And I don't want to make a livelihood out of YouTube if I do become famous. Oh, but anyways, my hair is nasty. It's hot. And let's go look at myself in the better lighting. I think I look better. No, I don't. My eyes look good here, though, I feel. All right, bye, everyone.